Lads, we have an epidemic on our hands. There really is an epidemic going on in the world right now. And partly men are to blame. We have to take responsibility, or certain men have to take responsibility for this. If I go on in this video and you feel like this is relating to you and you've made these mistakes, get in the comments. Help guys out, let them know the mistakes you made and what you would do to change it. But there is something going on with a lot of women and a lot of mothers. And it's becoming, I don't know, is it me or is it becoming more and more common? And this is women who want to and do become mothers but don't want to be parents. That's it. That's the epidemic right there. They want to be mums, they want to have kids, but they don't want to take care of those kids. And at the earliest opportunity, they want to outsource the raising of their own children. Now, of course, there are deadbeat dads out there, right? And dads that run off and everything else. I understand that. I get it. I'm not talking about that. Let's put the attention here on the mums and what you can do as a guy to avoid it, because there's specifically a couple of things, 2 or 3 things that I think would stand you a better chance of avoiding that. But I think there's 2 types of women that are like this, really. And we know the types. It's the Barbie, it's the Kim Kardashian wannabe type ladies, the trophy wives, right? The guys that want this woman on her arm. She's got the freaking the Botox sort of face and the lip fillers, right? And she's rocking all the Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and she's at a boob job. I don't know, just someone who's just one of those women, right? You can tell she's in that gold digger type section. Fellas, you have to stop putting babies inside that type of woman. and I see it, and it's usually the guys who've made some money, and really they can only attract this type of woman with money. And it's these type of women, this is the most common that I see, these type of mums, the rich bitches, right? Because they got the money, they don't even work. What's that about? They don't even work. These type of ladies, like, they send them off to nursery within a few months, 6 months or whatever it is. I had a client once, tennis client, and she was asking me about my kid. My kid is like, my youngest is he's just turned 3 and we haven't put him in a nursery or anything like that. He's been staying at home because we were able to do that. And she was like, oh, I put my son in a nursery at 6 months. She goes, because babies have to socialize. 6-month-old baby has to socialize. No, it doesn't. The 6-month-old baby needs his mum, needs its dad, needs that connection. It doesn't need to be shipped off to some stranger to look after it. It's wild, man. And another one, I know a few other people, they don't work. They can be stay-at-home mums, and they ship their kid off to nursery, daycare all day long, because they need their own time. They need their peace, their own time, right? And they don't do the half days, they do the full days. And they get the nanny to pick up the kid, and then the nanny does like the homework with them, right? And then maybe they'll do the bedtime and read them a bedtime story. But why do these people have children? I don't get it. And why do fellas keep having children with women like this? Because you almost know that these types of women, like I said, the rich ones who are just all about the bag, they ain't going to be good mothers. What are you doing, fellas? Don't do it. And then on the other side, you have the other ones. The second most common with this is the career types, the career women who think they can have it all. They can have the family and they can continue with the career, and they're itching. They have a baby and they're itching within a few weeks. They're itching to get back to work because they're losing out on their career. And the moment they can, that kid, nursery, right, nanny, whatever it is, someone take care, they can get back into their full-time career. I don't get it. I don't get why these people have kids and the damage that they're doing to these poor kids, man. You're not meant to just outsource your child to strangers, to the state, and so on. Now, it does take a village. That's saying it takes a village to raise a kid, yes. Well, ideally, you have a close network. You have your family, your parents to help you out, your brothers, sisters, close friends, relatives. You don't send it off to a stranger who doesn't care. It's just the only reason they're doing it is because they're getting paid. Anyway, I'm seeing it. It's so common. I see it. I see the types, and they come out even when it is family day. Something here in Cyprus super common is like in-house maids for all the rich guys, right? And it's Sunday, family day, and they've got the maid, they've got the living maid coming out with them, and the living maid, they're sitting down, the parents sitting down chilling, and they've got the kids. The maid is off running with the kids and playing football and in the arcades with them, while the parents just sit there and do nothing. I don't get why they have kids. What's the point? What is the point? So, this is what I'm most passionate about. Honest to God, I swear to God, this is what really riles me up more than anything, is I see just really bad parents and the damage that they do to kids. And so I don't want you to fall into that, fellas. I think there's a couple of things you got to do. Man, there's probably a plethora of things you can do. And ways to test your women. We should get into testing women. We're testing to their long-term views and plans and responsibilities. We should do that. We should have some expectations on women. Andrew Wilson made this point on the Piers Morgan recently. It's like society has all these expectations on men, and if you try and put an expectation on women, it's like you're a misogynist. But if you're dating a chick, there's a couple of things you should try. Right? There's a couple of little random things I think you should give a go. Get a pet. That's number one. Get a pet. Ideally a dog. Right? And see how she is with that pet. How much effort, time, love and care does she put into that pet? Because I know a few lads, right? They got into a relationship with a chick, and the girls recommended they get a pet. And my mates were like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want this. It's usually a dog. I don't want the dog. I don't want it. Anyway, the girl gets her own way. And lo and behold, after a few months, he's the one always out taking the dogs for a walk. Always. Bro, red flag. Massive red flag. Right? If a girl cannot care for a pet in any way, shape or form, massive red flag in terms of how she's going to be as a mum. Here's another one as well. Here's a second one. Beyond the pets. How resilient is she? Test her resiliency. Now, usually, right, with the type I mentioned before, the rich bitch, Barbie doll types, right, the beautiful Instagram looking types. With beautiful women, they don't tend to have a lot of resiliency. They don't, because if you're a really beautiful woman, life is on easy mode. Easy mode. Everyone and everything falls at your feet. So if you find yourself with an attractive woman, you should test her resiliency. Because let me tell you, when you have a kid, ooh, that is so tough. That will test her resiliency. It is hard having a kid, and those couples out there that think if they have a baby together it brings them closer, you couldn't be more wrong. You are so naive to think a baby's going to bring you close. So yeah, like I was saying, you're naive, and you're going to be tested, and you're going to be pushed to your limits in many ways if you take being a parent seriously. And so you need to know, does she have a bit of resilience in her? So test her in ways, take her out on a hike, climb up a mountain, go on a run, sign up for a marathon, do something, right, where you're going to test her to see what she's made of here. And if you can push her a little bit in that way and build that resiliency, and is it there, and can it be pushed, and can you do that together as well? That's super important. Now I was privy to this stuff. I saw the bigger picture, and we had a cat, and I saw how great she was with the cat, with my wife, right? And that was just a cat. So that was good confirmation. And my wife was very resilient. She was more resilient than me when we first started dating. She was the one dragging my ass out of bed, doing things. I remember we went to Cancun on holiday, and I just wanted to sleep in and stuff, and she's signing up for the excursions and waking me up in the morning, and then we're climbing up bloody pyramids and doing this, and I was like, oh, I just want to relax. And she's like, no, let's go. She got a lot of that out of me, so I knew, like, okay, she's got these couple of boxes ticked, and it's worked out well. And she's a phenomenal mother, phenomenal. Like, she goes above and beyond. I'm so proud of her in that way. But yeah, don't when you fall into that trap, boys, of you have a baby and the next thing she's turning around after like a year and she's like, oh, I need to put him into daycare and I need my own space and all this. And look, I'm not talking about mums that need to work, right? And you've got to go back to work. I saw a crazy stat: 25% of new mums in America, they need to go back to work within 2 weeks because they can't survive financially. That's a travesty. I'm not talking about the types that need to go back and for them, unfortunately, in today's world, most homes need both parents working to survive. But if you're in that opportunity, if you have the opportunity for her to stay at home and look after the kids while you're out providing, make sure she's going to do a good job. I don't think that is a bad thing to ask, is it? I don't think that's misogynistic, do you? I don't think it's controversial. Just don't fall into the trap of having kids with a woman who doesn't really want to fulfill her duties in that way, if she can. Anyway, lads, let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts, as always. If you're new here, you like this, you feel like it's an important message, like and subscribe, share it around. I really appreciate that. Let's get this channel growing. I'm almost at 10k now. And yep, I'm off for a walk down this lovely beach. There you go. Peace out, guys.